The footage for Unrecord caused major waves on social media a few days ago, and there were some sensitive snowflakes who demanded Steam ban it because it is a photorealistic FPS. But a lot of people thought it looked amazing and shows the potential that games have, and of course, now journalists are releasing articles demand people not play this game, saying it is extremely unsettling. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. So, starting with this The Gamer article, don't play the cop bodycam game, play the horror bodycam game instead. Everybody's been talking about Unrecord since the game revealed footage that looked so real people were unsure if the clip was actually built using virtual assets or if it was simply edited camera footage. Now, even though the game does look extremely realistic and it visually is confusing for a lot of people, I could tell that it was a video game. There were just some like movements that the character was making that did not seem organic. Also, of course, there are other characters where their like faces blurred, and while some people were saying that it was just fake and they were using this fake footage to promote their game, the developers came out and released an unedited video with them in the dev tools, just like spawning in, spawning out, shooting at a bunch of random things, hitting a bunch of random things, doing a bunch of different movements, proving that it is real. The clip has everyone really excited about its visuals, but much like editor-in-chief Stacey Henley, I find the premise of the game deeply suspect. In Unrecord, you'll be a cop killing bad guys. The camera perspective is through a body cam, which immediately brings to mind fraught politics surrounding police brutality and excessive use of force. I don't think a game that does this without consideration for what it represents is a useful or meaningful addition to the gaming landscape, especially considering there's always a percentage of gamers who are extremely resistant to viewing this art form through any kind of critical or political lens. So right off the bat, they are saying that this game is deeply suspect, and as I always say, it is perfectly fine if you do not like this game or like any game, you are allowed to skip out on it. But to write articles basically guilting people into not playing it is the reason why people do not like or trust game journalists anymore. They say that I don't think a game that does this without consideration for what it represents is a useful or meaningful addition to the gaming landscape. Not every game has to make a statement. Not every game has to have a deep meaning. It is simply a game. And while, yes, it is a tactical cop game, because I believe they specify that you're like a tactical shooter, it still is a video game. It says right now there isn't enough of the game out there for us to know if it does examine itself critically or if we just have an upcoming police brutality simulator on our hands. Maybe they just wanted to create a game that looked photorealistic where you happen to have a gun and they just happen to call you a tactical shooter. This game might not even really have that deep of a story. It might just give you like the basics and then just run you through these different areas and these different maps. It might be as simple as that, but of course they're overreacting, saying it needs to examine itself critically and it needs to make a statement. It says there's no indication of the former on the website, so I'll assume, just like many FPS games, it's just a shooter. Why would that be a problem? Because, oh, you think that this content is, going to upset some people, it's a sensitive topic, just because of the camera angle? Because that's all this boils down to. They are angry about the camera angle. If this was a Call of Duty, they wouldn't be making statements like this. If this was a new Escape from Tarkov, they wouldn't be making statements like this. They're simply upset that it is a body cam game. One of the other things they're insinuating is that by the use of body cams, it's glorifying police activity or brutality, and yes, there have been a minority of instances where police have gotten things wrong, and I'm sure there are plenty of cases of brutality out there, but in no way is this game making any statement whatsoever glorifying any mistakes police have made, and as far as we can tell, this game takes no political stance at all. It says one comment said this would be better off used in a cat walking outside simulator. Hard agree. Another said this would have been the sickest survival horror game ever made, and I don't think that these concepts are bad. I would love a body cam type cat walking game because I would buy it. I wouldn't mind a sick survival horror with this camera angle as well, but I don't think that this game is so problematic we need to start guilting people into not playing it. The argument that these games could cause real-world violence because they're so realistic some people become morbidly interested in this content and try to simulate it in real life has been around for decades at this point, yet there's no evidence linking video game violence and real-world violence together. It's simply a narrative people use in order to push their beliefs that video games depicting crimes and war shouldn't be around, which of course I find absurd. If you don't like this content, that is okay, but to demand it not be made or that games like this are banned is, 1984 levels of wrong, and they haven't called for Steam bans yet, but they are getting to that, right? They're saying that, this is really out there, it's extremely unsettling. I don't know if this game is going to sit right with a lot of people. They're already starting to play into that, and as we get closer to release, I am sure that they are going to write, we should ban this title. There's also some articles releasing like this from ag.hyperx gaming. I guess HyperX also has their own blog now. Unrecorded is a terrifyingly realistic body cam footage FPS. I'm sorry, I don't look at a game like this and go, oh my god, this is so terrifying, it looks so realistic. We have told developers they need to make their games look more realistic. Did these people just think that they weren't going to make FPS games that looked realistic because, oh, that bothers them too much? No, of course not. People praise realistic-looking games, therefore FPS are eventually going to look pretty realistic. These people are just overreacting to the maximum, which honestly doesn't surprise me. They're not willing to give games a chance if they don't think they're gonna like them right away. They instantly want to tear them down, and this is just one of those titles. And I did talk about this in another video, and I of course did show some of the footage and some of the responses to the footage, but most people are pretty excited over this. There are some sensitive individuals who are saying that, wow, this game is terrifying and pushes the limits, but there are far more people who are excited, and I fall under that category. I am really looking forward to this. I think that this game looks crazy in a positive way, and, the content isn't triggering to me, so I will be following this. I will be keeping my eye on this. I also followed them on, Twitter and social media so that I can keep up with, some gameplay footage that they release and posts that they make and just updates in general. But yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to this and think that it looks pretty freaking crazy in really good ways. But yes, outlets like The Gamer are now complaining, saying that you shouldn't play the cop body cam game, and there's many other games that you could play, and you shouldn't want to support this title. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.